Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV and welcome to Full Time. I've just rushed over from the stadium, gutted about some injustices, but the biggest injustice was that performance from Arsenal didn't get anything, didn't get a point, probably deserved 3. We're going to go into all that, but as always, this is your chance to have your say. Send in your videos to the number that appears on the screen. Send them in via WhatsApp, and we want to hear your thoughts. I'm here with Charlene. You here in the studio watching it? How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm feeling. This is going to be very cathartic.
It's mixed feelings, isn't it? Because I mean, the first half of that performance was just outstanding, and for the game to end in this way, I'm happy with the way the team performed, but I'm upset that we didn't get the 3 points because the way we performed, we deserved those 3 points. So it's just a bit frustrating. I'm frustrated. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I feel like my anger is just not towards the team. I actually feel a lot of love for this team right now.
Yeah, same.
Came out of the Emirates. Now, for anyone who wasn't at the Emirates or maybe couldn't quite tell through the TV or whatever, the Emirates was amazing today. Like, the atmosphere was incredible. They really got behind the boys. I said I wanted to make it nasty for City today, and I think we did. And I think that is evident in Rodri's celebration. A lot of Arsenal fans will take offence by Rodri's celebration, but you know, what do they call it? Rent-free? You know, I know they had the last laugh with the goal, but the fact that we made it like that we stirred that in them, I think is a really good sign for Arsenal and their future and this young side. I thought were terrific today. We've got some clips in already. We've got a lot to talk about. But let's just start with just hearing what you guys have made of it. Videos have come in. Remember, the numbers on screen. Send them in.
AFTV, hi. Hope you guys are well. I think we have been cheated in a way. I don't know. The refs, they were not like up to the mark. Also, our players, I think they should be more careful. I don't think so. They were like really careful.
Big up AFTV, all you guys, Turkish and the panel. What can I say, man? We looked beautiful that first half. I thought we played outstanding, excellent 1-2 passes, sat back, hit him on the break. It was perfect. And then cheating referee got involved, and it is what it is. We moved 1-1. We'd all taken that at the beginning of the game. I think it shows how far we've improved under Arteta in these last 10 games. And remember when man couldn't buy a win? 12:30 kickoff. Look at us now, 3 on the bounce. Come on, you gooners.
Hi guys, Happy New Year. I hope you all enjoyed the game, and I was watching it a long way ago and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? What is the ref doing? And he's a Man City fan. Let's be honest here. It just looked like it because of what was going on in that game. Arsenal should have won that. We should have won that 1-0. On paper, it's just how everything happened and all. It shouldn't have been a penalty. We shouldn't have been down to 10 men. And I put partial, if not all, the blame on Xhaka. I thought it from day one. He was not good enough to be at Arsenal. He was not good enough to be captain. He was not good enough to be on the first team. And somehow he's on all 3 of those things I just listed. Even though he's not captain right now. Although I think he was given the armband after Lacazette left. That's not a good sign, is it? I think it's Lacazette leaves, and if he did. But in any case, we did put up a fight. We just got to remember that. We put up a fight, and that's what matters. It's not like we rolled over. We did take it to them. And Xhaka was our star man on the pitch, you know. Lacazette's link-up play, as per usual. But we got to remember it's Man City at the top of the table right now. They're 8 points clear. I mean, now they're another 3 points on top of that, which is now 11 until Liverpool play their game and Chelsea play theirs and whatever. It just we faced the leaders of the table. We need to give ourselves a bit more credit. We were leading the game. We were leading the game, and that's what matters. We put up a fight. We went out there. We led the game. We didn't necessarily bottle it. Xhaka bottled it for us, then it came tumbling down from there. That one player screwed us.
Zachary Masterjanis, here in Sydney, Australia. It's 1:33 right now, and I'm just disappointed. You know, we deserved a point. We deserved to win that match. If Gabriel didn't go down, I reckon we would have got a point. Or go down, he wouldn't have. I mean, red card. Jared Gillett, the VAR guy, is an Australian. On behalf of all Australians, I'd like to apologise from one of a fellow Australian, how he lost control, how VAR just didn't give a penalty in the first minute. The ref lost control of the game. That ref should never be able to ref another game in the Prem this entire season. Xhaka shouldn't have pulled the shirt, and Gabriel, just fuck's sake.
Lot to talk about there. I mean, that's why I love getting the videos in from all over the world, and they covered a lot of things. The referees, we've got to talk about that. We've got to talk about the brilliant performances. There's a lot to enjoy. We've got to talk about Xhaka as well, who, if you just eliminate the penalty, I thought had a really good game.
I know,
And it's such a
exactly.
shame.
And I think up until that point as well, we were just talking about how good Xhaka was throughout the game. You know, right up until that point. But do you know,
I was having a bit of that. I think I literally just said, "Oh, that's brilliant from Xhaka."
Yeah.
And then he just said VAR checking it. Oh no.
the thing is though, the ref was going to let it slide because when Bernardo went down, the ref was like, "Oh, get up," and we were thinking, "Oh yeah," but then VAR obviously called it and gave that.
Yeah, I want to on this show when I'm presenting, I want to go order by like through the game. So whoever's joining. You know, whether you're joining us half an hour in and you want to talk about the first half, that's where we've covered that. So let's just start from the beginning. The 11 comes out, Tomiyasu's in the team, and Arsenal, after 5-10 minutes of just sassing Man City out, started to find their rhythm. And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say we completely and utterly dominated the best team in the world in that first half.
I totally agree with you, James.
I thought we were fantastic.
We went out there and we played with so much confidence, and I don't think anyone was really expecting that. The fact that it's Man City, who's top of the table, and the way they play and the way they hold possession, I don't think anyone was really expecting us to go out there with that much flair. So I was really proud of the team for doing that.
They took the game to City. They were aggressive. They were pressing. I asked you guys in the starting 11 show, how would you approach this game? And Arsenal did what they were doing against Leeds, against Norwich. They took the game to them. I thought Martinelli and Xhaka were unbelievable. Thomas Partey was the Thomas Partey we know and love.
Refreshed, rejuvenated.
He looked.
He was
I saw a
today.
tweet saying
he actually got man of the match as well,
and deservedly so.
Yeah.
He was. I wouldn't say comfortably the best player on the pitch, but no City player was near his level today.
Yeah.
In my opinion, not that they obviously aren't normally, but today City were. I thought City were poor.
Yeah.
I thought City were poor, and I think that was in big part down to what Arsenal did brilliantly. And you could see as the first half was going on, Arsenal were sensing they're not at it. Well, this is working. We're having openings. We then get the first goal. I've not seen the reaction. What was it like?
Mate, it was mental. The sofa got moved. I had Josh's trainer over on the set as well. Yeah, it was a bit mad.
Yeah, I bet.
You know how we are.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I remember that North London derby. But
yeah, similar but a bit more tame.
Yeah.
Maybe because LV ain't here. He did actually send in his reaction for that goal as well.
He?
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. But we did. But we lost, and there were some key decisions. I wanted to start on the positives because and we will go into them a little bit later, a bit more. But we need to talk about where it was lost, why it was lost. We're gonna talk about officiating and VARs. That's an issue. But let me ask something, Charlene. Do Arsenal and the players, despite how brilliant they were, do they need to maybe look at themselves a little bit for why the game was lost today?
Do you know what? In terms of the team performance, I think they done really well. I think Xhaka, we was discussing it on the starting 11 about his reputation. So, straight away referees are sort of going to be a bit quicker, although it weren't the referee today, it was the VAR, to give you those decisions. So you do need to be mindful, but it's about discipline. The key thing is discipline in football. We've got VAR. It's not just the ref's eyes, is VAR checking it as well. So overall, I think it was a great team performance, and it's just a shame that a poor decision from one player sort of changed the mood of the game. But what I'm really proud about is the mood of the game changed for like 10 minutes. When that penalty was given, they scored, and then Gabriel ended up getting sent off, and it was just like, bloody hell. It's just one thing after another. Like, we're really declining, and we was looking like a completely different team from the first half. But we managed to pick our heads up and get through the game. You know, we didn't sort of stay on that downward slope. We managed to pick ourselves up and carry on. And played. So he got sent off on the 66th minute, I think, around that time.
Well, maybe,
and we
maybe even a bit earlier, actually.
Yeah.
I'll have a little look.
But but we managed to carry on the game against City and held it down at a 1-1 before they then got that second goal in the last few minutes.
When he was sent off, I thought, it's going to be wave after wave, and it wasn't. They had a lot of the ball.
Exactly.
But actually, we marshaled them really well. I thought Rob Holding, I need to look at the goal back. I'm not sure, the winner, I'm not really sure. I think it's just one of those, it's a mess, and then someone just pokes it towards goal.
Bit of misunderstanding.
But I thought he did really well when he came in as well. I've got to be honest, my head is scrambled. Maybe the video's coming in.
The mixed emotions.
They're going to help me sort of keep on track. Okay, Odegaard though. For you, was it a penalty on Odegaard?
I was saying 100% it's a penalty. And what frustrates me even more is that the ref needed to be consistent throughout. If you're not giving that penalty on Odegaard, why are you then giving that penalty from Xhaka?
The thing that gets me, when I look at them both, it's so weird because now what VAR and what the officials have done is muddied the waters so much that now I don't know what should be a penalty or not. Let me explain. So Odegaard goes down in the box from the Edison challenge. The referee's not giving it, but if I'm looking at it, it looks more a penalty than not a penalty.
Exactly.
But then the rule is that unless it's a clear and obvious foul, the referee shouldn't overturn it. So I understand why VAR hasn't overturned it, but then why do we have that rule? So then you apply that standard to Xhaka's. Again, in real time, he's not giving it. It's probably a penalty. I mean, it is a penalty, but I also can see why it's not given. There's a bit of, he's grabbing him a bit, Bernardo's grabbing him a bit, whatever. He goes down, and then that is check. I don't understand. And do you know what? They ultimately came to the right conclusion about the Xhaka one. So I'm not trying to say it wasn't a penalty, but why was Odegaard's treated differently?
Exactly. Because the thing is, with Edison, like, he didn't get the ball. He clearly just got Odegaard's foot, I think it was. He got his foot.
I think he gets his foot first.
Yeah,
and
he
then
got his foot. And then I think, but he didn't get the ball. So why wasn't that given as a penalty? Do
you guys know?
With Xhaka as well, with the Xhaka one, perhaps if Xhaka wasn't tugging on Bernardo's shirt, then we perhaps could have, let
if
it
it'd been
slide.
less of a tug.
But the fact that he sort of put his leg out and was tugging on his shirt, I mean... Yeah,
no, it's clumsy. Let's go through some super chats. Arnab says, best performance in the last 10 years. The refereeing decisions were correct, though. Matt says, guys, incompetence is too easy an explanation for refs. They need to be investigated for cheating and corruption. Look, I personally don't agree with that, but for me... it's the little things that aren't necessarily game changers. Do you know what? We'll go into all that in a sec because we've got some clips. Let's get your thoughts, guys. More to talk about in a sec.
Hi guys, I'm absolutely fuming that we've lost. I've not seen a better performance from us for years, maybe. But can we just stop blaming this referee? It was Xhaka's fault we had a pen. It was Gabriel Martinelli's fault that he didn't score that goal. It was Gabriel's fault that he gave the second yellow. So yeah, you can say that he should have gave this, should have gave that, but end of the day, we're architects of our own downfall again. And just blaming the referee and blaming this, and even looking at Rodri at the end celebrating in front of our fans. Good. That's what if we scored the second goal in the 92nd minute or whenever, and we ripped our shirt off and went to their fans, we'd have been loving the shithousery. And that sort of attitude is something that we love as Arsenal fans. So, I think give it a day or two, let the dust settle, and I think we'll realise what a good performance we put in from this, and hopefully take the positives. And I think again, our season was never going to be defined on whether we can beat Man City or not. And on to the next game: Nottingham, Liverpool, and Tottenham. And I think those are the games that are going to be crucial. So yeah, happy New Year, guys.
Well, it was a really good game. I don't want to talk much about the referee because I don't want to talk about or think of the negativity of the game whatsoever. But however, I like the level of performance, the effort, the intensity from our guys. I believe at least today's game really made me see that our boys are capable of qualifying for that top four. And well, I don't want to talk too much about the referee because that was an horrendous performance from him. Because I don't know, that's a penalty there, and I believe with a little bit more of precision, would have nicked something out of the game. But however, great performance. More of that is needed subsequent games, and I believe top four should be ours at the end of the season.
Hi AFTV, good morning and happy new year from Canada. Great performance from the boys. I wish we won today's game. I don't know what to say, but I just want to mention something. We need to work on individual character on the field. Unnecessary yellow card are not important. Sometimes you get punished for that, and this is what happened right here. Gabriel, you don't need the first yellow card. Let them get the penalty and we get into the game, which we almost did and almost get more chances to score. So, individual character, we need to work on that. And big up Thomas Partey as well. Thomas Partey, gave it all. This should be one of his best performance, and I'm really, really proud of the team. And the process, I can see what Arteta is doing. And we move to the next one. Peace out.
Yes, this is Gary from the Nature Isle of Dominica. What can I say? Well, it looked like the game was between Arsenal and the referee. Yeah. It's not Man City versus Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal versus the referee. I was really disappointed with the decision of the referees. And I felt that give kudos to the boys. They played well. Partey had an awesome game. Probably one of the best games I see him play for Arsenal. I'm so proud of the guys, and that gave me confidence going forward that we can actually compete with the big teams. I saw that we had Man City on toast for the first half. And there comes the referee as always, Yeah, but I'm not too heartbroken on the performance. I'm just heartbroken on the result and the referee decision. Anyway, come on, you guys.
Big up all you fans, man.
And Happy New Year to you all as well.
Happy
I've got to
New
say
Year,
it in the
everyone.
beginning.
I had Brendan off camera asking if I was okay, and I was genuinely just sitting here quiet. We normally we'll listen and we have a little bit of a chat, but I'm just kind of taking it all in, and I'm like, at moments, there's a little smile because I'm like, Arsenal were good today.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of the team. I tweeted actually that I'm gutted, but what I wanted from today was evidence that we're going in the right direction, and that we're on a path towards being a serious side. And I 100% got that today, but it's not enough.
Yeah,
that's why.
It's because we deserve to get the 3 points. That's why we're feeling these mixed emotions.
Because and I think there's the refereeing stuff. There's one of the super chats said, the referee got the decisions right, and I think it's not really about. It's about consistency. No one's saying that they didn't get everything. So no one's saying that they got everything wrong. It's about consistency. We'll go into all that. Well, super chat from Ben says, "Am I surprised with this ref? No, he was the same ref at Wolves that sent off Luis. Oh,
okay.
And gave that pen. We're supposed to be the best league in the world. So how do we have the absolute worst referees? I want to double check if that was the same ref.
Do you know what as well, James?
Yeah,
Sorry to cut you. The ref, he started getting a bit happy with the cards. After, when that foul on Xhaka, he was like, oh, get up. But then when he went to VAR and then it was a penalty, that's when he was just quick. From there, it was like he was just quick to give out the yellow cards. I mean, is it something to do with VAR sort of interfering a bit, saying,
Well, I just wonder why he was so quick to give it for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And there were so many, but the linesmen too, there were so many. Pulling on Saka's shirt and things that you could see.
Ake in the beginning.
The guy, it's in front of you. like, wave that flag. What are you
Yeah,
there for?
exactly.
I'm losing my voice. You could tell I was at the Emirates. This is what Aaron Ramsdale's had to say. A tweet from Charles Watts. Quote from Aaron Ramsdale said, "Both penalties. I don't know why the ref is told to see one and not the other. It is there for a reason. Go and use it. It is the inconsistency. The whole point is to help the game out. In real time, it didn't look one, and then you slow it down on the screen, and it's given." I completely
exactly what
agree,
we're
and well
saying as
done, Aaron
well.
Ramsdale, coming out and speaking so well on that. You could easily say, "Oh well, we played well and things didn't go our way," but he's calling it out and he's explaining. If you see that slow motion, you realise. Go look at the TV. And actually, I think the ref deserves a lot of stick today. But why the people at VAR or wherever it is, bloody Stockley Park or whatever, why are they not saying to him, "Just have a little look at this one.
Yeah.
Just you make the decision," because it's a big moment. And you know, I'm not saying I want kind of pity from referees, but City are so good as it is. Like, something they need to do their job sometimes.
Exactly.
It's just frustrating. We've got a few more super chats. Jay Gooner Fan TV says, "Stuart Atwell, a corrupted person, along with most refs in the Premier League. Big up Charlene, because I thought this was VAR. Because I thought this ref and VAR were fixed." Xhaka got Man of the Match award, by the way. I think it was Partey on
It was Thomas Partey.
BT. So I mean, maybe different broadcasters, different. Listen, I don't
Big
think it's
up Jade
corruption.
Gunner as well.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I don't think it's corruption. I think it's complete incompetence. We'll get to that more. We've got Turkish coming on in a bit. We do have another super chat as well. Joseph says, "VAR extremely inconsistent. Different game if Arsenal get initial pen. Xhaka work ethic to cover the defence throughout the game was quality. Holding out of position, needed to be goal side and closer to White." Yeah, something looked. We'll break it down tactical insight, Graham. Like, something did look a bit messy with their winner, and you look at it and you think, really, like, that's the goal we concede. But yeah, we'll go into it more. We've got more clips coming. I think Turk's joining us in a second. Any final thoughts, Charlene? Have you done your fan cam?
I haven't yet done my
Right.
fan cam, but my final thoughts is Mikel Arteta, get well soon. Well done to the team for an outstanding performance. It's just a shame that, you know, few poor decisions and wrong decisions, and the ref and VAR being a bit incompetent has costed us the 3 points, but well deservedly we should have got those 3 points. So I feel a bit robbed, but
Yeah,
well done team, I'm proud of you guys.
Well said. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
My name is Didier Korongo. I'm from Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And today the game was very nice. It was amazing. We had the game. We did better in the first half. Like, we played very well. We made a lot of ruthless, aggressive attacks in defense. We did really good. Unfortunately, when the second half came, we went first half 1-0. The second half came, and Granit Xhaka just grabs Bernardo Silva. He basically, dives, which even the commentary table said, and then the referee gives a penalty, and Gabriel does a stupid thing by taking the ball, which gives him a yellow card, and then he gets another yellow card. Where did all that come from? From Granit Xhaka. So this guy, I don't know. He has to just go.
See, AFTV. I just got back from work, so try to watch as much of the game as I could. I'm going to take a lot more positive to this than I can any negatives, because beginning of the game, I would have taken a draw. Maximum. That's all I could have taken, because best case scenario, we get a draw and we showed a really good performance, and came out very unlucky with the loss. And from the first half, you look at the game, you think, this could have been easily winnable. But it shows us from the first half performance, this is what this team's capable of, and when it comes all in all, this is what this young team can do. And they're going to be inconsistent at times. I mean, talking throughout the season, not just this game. There were just some slip-ups, one a VAR, ref, whatever, we take it on, and I'm just really happy to see what we could have actually done against a big team.
Absolutely typical, isn't it? Absolutely, you'd expect that. We can say we're by far the better team. Definitely the better team, and Bernardo Silva was going down. He was going down. It wasn't Xhaka's pull of the shirt that brought him down. He was going down already, and that's the point. It's not Martinelli's fault for missing that sitter. Come on, you Gunners, just bounce back, man.
What's going on, AFTV? Dini here. I've got a lot of points to make, so I'm gonna try and make it as succinct as possible. So, first point, first half, brilliant. We went 1-0 up. We was 1-0 up at half time. Brilliant. We got what we needed. We played City how City would play other teams. We pressed and attacked them. We went toe to toe. We wasn't afraid. And in my last video, I did say I want to go at City. I feel confident. I'm full of optimism here because we've seen in the last few performances and we've seen since the last City game that this team has come a long way under Arteta, and we're doing these performances on a consistent basis. Tomiyasu, absolutely consistent. Saka, he's consistent. I think it was Partey's best game today. Like, that's the Partey you want to see, and now he's going to the flicking African Cup of Nations. It's heartbreaking, but this is what you want to see from a team. Do you know what I mean? Then what? Second half comes and madness. What? The penalty. It's not a clear and obvious error because yes, does Xhaka have a hold of Bernardo Silva? Yes. Does Bernardo Silva go down easily? In my opinion, yes. And the referee already gave a free kick to Arsenal. So the fact that VAR's then gone and told the referee to go to look at the monitor, it's not a clear and obvious error. The amount of times they replayed that thing to see like what the situation was. So yeah, it doesn't make sense in my head. But we have lost today. We have lost at the end of the day. But for the rest of the season, the fact that we went toe to toe to City, the fact that we're still even taking long shots in the second half, even after we went down to 10 men, after Gabriel got sent off, and even after Gabriel Martinelli hit the post. I don't know if I've already said that, but it's just moments in the game. But even after all that, Man City was still taking long shots from outside the box. And yeah, it was a very strong defensive performance in the second half from Arsenal. But yeah, we lost at the end of the day. But I can look forward to the rest of the season. Big up the man them. Peace out.
Love you all, man. We've got Turkish here. How you doing, Turkish?
Yeah, it could be better, but it is what it is.
There's things for us to moan about and there's things to be happy about. I think we're going to go through it all. This could be quite a roller coaster. Do you know what I've just seen? The Martinelli chants. It's unbelievable. Steve Atwell, the referee in the game. So the ball's cleared off the line from Ake. And then Atwell, the inner box-to-box midfielder, came out. And he's gone steaming like prime Frank Lampard into the box. Not really sure what he's looking to do. He's got a good view of it. He's got a watch that will tell him if it's crossed the lines. I don't know what he's trying to see. And he's got completely in Martinelli's way. I mean, it's staggering. I've got to say, I thought the whole performance from VAR to the ref to the linesman was shambolic. Not because every decision was wrong, but because they were so inconsistent. Let me ask you, because we've got to talk about the performance and some of the individual errors and some of the things we did great. But let's just put this referee and VAR thing to bed. What on earth? What can we do, Turkish? What can we do? We ask for consistency in the same game where two kind of dubious decisions. You could see it going either way, but they're probably both penalties. One's checked, one's not. Why? Why?
That's the inconsistencies that piss everyone off. On the decisions today, I think penalty for us, penalty for them, and red card. I agree with it.
Yeah, red card. Yeah, fair enough.
But how comes the one that wasn't given is the one that was for us? You know, that's the only one for me out of the three big decisions that wasn't given, and it was the one for us. I'm not saying Arsenal's the only one on the back end of these bad decisions, because a lot of the Premier League clubs are. I just think that the clubs have to now take control. The clubs are the attraction of the Premier League, as much as the FA organise and the FA are the governing body of the league. I think the clubs have to get together now and similar to problems in the past, have a vote on what needs to be done. I think continuing to ignore it is not helping anyone. And that's what the FA do. They
Newcastle put in a complaint, didn't they? Like a formal complaint. Because I mean, some of the decisions have gone against them are madness, to be fair. Can that, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Let me know in the comment section. Can it be done?
A few of the big six clubs start knocking on doors. I know it's not fair, and I know it shouldn't take the bigger clubs to do it. But that's the bigger clubs are the ones that attract the most revenue, and that's who the FA are going to care about the most. I think if a few of them started getting together and writing to the FA complaining or doing something, they're going to have to hear it. They're going to have to address it. Right now, what jars me is they never address it. There's no ownership, accountability. There's nothing. Things happen, it's wrong, and we move on to next week. Where things happen, they're wrong, and we move on to the week after that.
It's mad.
It's just a roundabout of incorrect decisions.
There's no accountability for the officials. That's what does my head in. We never, ever hear. There's the odd when it's a real howler, there might be like a statement, but we're asking for consistency. And what frustrates me so much is, for anyone who's watching, going, crying Arsenal fans being officials. No, it was a penalty for Man City. It was a red card for Gabriel. Yeah. We acknowledge that. Do I think the Gabriel one was a little harsh? Because usually when a player's kind of...
One yellow warning and then the next yellow.
It's kind of stupid from him, because I think it was for scuffing the penalty spot or something. Yeah, stupid. Even though I want to see that nasty side to Arsenal, there's a subtlety. Yeah. And that's what Man City have mastered, what they were so good at today. We need the officials to be good enough. The amount of yellow cards and just clever little fouls they got away with. I thought, actually, I've not seen the replay, but I thought Rodri went steaming in on Martinelli, but I think the consensus was...
Yeah, on first look, it looked like it was a mad one, but it looked like he slipped. He did go in aggressively, but it looked like he slipped.
I'll ask whether it's excessive force.
He could have got a yellow card for the excessive force, yeah. He could have got a yellow card for that. I think Robertson was sent off for that recently, excessive force, when you're trying to sweep.
We just ask for consistency, that's all. We just want it to be the same. And in the same game, with the same officials and the same VAR, they made two staggeringly different decisions on two very similar situations. Let's move away from that, because Arsenal, as brilliant as they were, and we've got a lot of really good stuff to talk about, they weren't blameless today. Granit Xhaka, who I thought has been awesome since his return, I thought actually played really well today. But then he didn't, because the key moment is... another textbook Xhaka moment. And again, he was very good today, across the 90. But there's two issues for me. There's one he can't help, which is that he's just not mobile enough to defend in one-on-one situations against a Bernardo Silva. I don't think that happens to Thomas Partey. I don't think that happens to Gabriel. And then when you are beaten, it's the pull of the shirt. I don't like doing it. I thought he was good. But what did you think?
Overall, 90 minutes, he was good. And that's coming from me, one of his biggest critics. He was good over the 90 minutes, but that's what Xhaka can bring. He can be good 2-3 games, but there's always that moment in him that, regardless of being good for 88 minutes, that moment can cost the whole 90. And I'm not saying that moment alone cost today, because Gabriel had a part to play in it. He was rash with his tackle, but with Xhaka, it's not learning. I said it in my interview, it's not learning of the mistakes you've made in the past. Before the shirt pull, there was a flailing leg. That was probably more the penalty for me than the shirt pull. I think the flailing leg coming out after the ball's past him, stopping Bernardo Silva going, which allowed Bernardo Silva to go down softly, and then you see the shirt being pulled at the same time. So there was two moments in there that if I was a ref, I'd be looking at and think, well, I guess it's a penalty. For me, Granit Xhaka, that's his ceiling. What we've been seeing recently, his ceiling is good, but there's always a mistake in him that can cost us. And I think when you're trying to find consistency and trying to find a team and balance that over 38 games can achieve top four, can achieve greater than top four maybe in the next few years, we're going to need an upgrade on him. We're going to need an upgrade, because you can't have a player that every 4 or 5 games is going to cost you either a goal or a penalty or a red card. It could be any which way with Xhaka. So I think as much as he has been good recently, it's a reminder today of what can happen with him in the side, and a reminder why we need another midfielder, not just because of African Cup of Nations. We needed another central midfielder in the summer. We need another central midfielder 2 summers ago. So with Xhaka, can't say I'm surprised. But overall, good 90. First goal, he played a big part in it. He distributed well in the middle. I don't know if you've rewatched the first goal, but he quickly passed it out, broke the lines, and he was a big part of that goal. So if we go on to draw that game or go on to win the game, for me, Xhaka was one of the better players. He's coming up against Rodri, who before the game I said is the best in his position in the league, maybe the world at the moment. So for me, Xhaka and Partey had immense games. But Xhaka let himself down with that moment.
That's the thing. Colby with his comment says, Xhaka was class today besides the pen, which arguably lost us the game. It's a really good way to put it. Asraf says, this hurts so much. We deserved more, but we're still in the top 4. Bijou with some super chat says, if you looked at If looked at, Odegaard would have won a penalty. Why is Xhaka pulling shirts inside the box? Gabriel cost us with a stupid first yellow and then second yellow, exactly the same as his versus Walcott. 9 out of 10 performance though. We got 4th. And then there's one more super chat before we go to more clips. Randy says, you guys spot on, VAR too inconsistent. You learn from a loss. You learn more from a loss than a win. Let's build and move on from here. Love the fight I saw today. There was a lot to enjoy today. We're going to talk about the positives as well in a bit, as well as the Gabriel decision, which probably was slightly more pivotal than even the Xhaka moment.
And you can use these kind of things when you feel like you're being hard done by. There's 2 ways to look at it, and I think in the past when Arsenal have been hard done by, we've had players that kind of hide behind that and whimper and feel sorry for me. Like this is what I want this set of players to do is look at these moments and say they're against us. Look at these moments and say we need to not only fight in the 90 minutes, but we need to fight the referees, the VAR, the league, and that can build that inner fight in you where you then go on and use that for other things like competition, competing. I
don't know how it looked on TV, but at the ground, the Emirates was rocking everything they're running. Remember I said on starting 11, that's what I want to see. I want to see us making it awkward, uncomfortable. I mentioned Charlene, you saw that in Rodri's celebration. Where's that come from? Knee sliding, taking a shirt off in front of the Arsenal fans. He's done that because we got in their heads.
I didn't get it because we watch it without volume. So I've seen Rodri do that. I'm thinking, what's going on? What's happened here? So it must have been because the fans were
horrible for them. We made it absolutely horrible. The ball boys holding the ball, and I love that from Arsenal. And then every decision, Lacazette, Xhaka, Gabriel, straight at the referee every single time. Now there's a way to manage it, but generally I love seeing that side. That with Arteta scrapping with Klopp on the background, maybe we're getting a little bit of an edge. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it can form an edge, that's for sure. So let's hope they form that edge with these and not hide and feel hard done by. That's the worst thing we can do. Is after this game, put heads down. We should. Take the positives, like us fans are taking right now. Take the positives with you, Arsenal. All the players out there, take the positives. We've got Tottenham next, which is a bigger game than this because Tottenham are competing for the same position we are. We go and beat Tottenham. We forget about this Man City one. Like when we beat Southampton, West Ham, we forgot about Everton and Liverpool. When we beat Norwich, Watford and so on, we forgot about the first 3 games of the season. We've got to dust ourselves off for the 3rd time this season and go again. And we've shown we can do it off the back of heavy defeats. I'm sure we can do it off the back of this. Because this is a defeat, it's 0 points, but what it is an indicator that this team has something about them, and which might be that edge you said.
Completely agree. Let's go to your clips, guys.
Hey, it is Nader, coming from the land of Bahrain. That performance was something else. Yes, we celebrate Christmas here as well. But that performance deserved a lot more than what we got. The players deserve more than what we got. The fans deserved more than what we got. And the players gave us everything. So I have no problems with them. As far as I'm concerned, they all played really well. For the most part, they managed the game fairly well at the end as well. So this is not a knock on them. If we didn't deserve a penalty in the beginning, then City did not deserve one at the end. There has to be some level of consistency with the refereeing. VAR is not being consistent at all. If they can't overrule one decision, then they shouldn't overrule the other. It is a joke and a half. It is bloody annoying, and we were screwed over 3 points. We did not deserve this. We deserve so much more, and the players deserve so much more.
AFTV, big up to you guys and big up to Arsenal. Even though we lost, I mean, keep your heads up. That's the best performance of the year. And you know, I'm with Ty this time, even though I'm not with him. I mean, the penalty given, yes, Xhaka pulled his shirt, but what about when Tomiyasu's shirt got pulled? Or what about the other day when Maguire was pulling and the referee just said that an initial pull is allowed? And even if, why wasn't the other angle given to show that Silva was falling even before the shirt pull? I mean, and with the Odegaard penalty, 50-50, okay. Tell the referee to go to the monitor. Why wasn't he giving? I mean, it's not even worthy of going to the monitor. That's shocking refereeing, shocking VAR, but still, Gabriel, I mean, what were you thinking? If Xhaka was doing that, we would be pulling our hairs out. That's the worst, action I've seen him do in all his Arsenal career. And Martinelli, that open chance, what if? And even apart from that, I mean, 2 or 3 times he had the chance in the first half to square it like Dini did, and we get a goal. But anyway, still 10 out of 10 performance with me, for me. And I mean, that performance shows me that we can go for the top 4. So we just need to build up our team and give confidence to them. I mean, that was a brilliant performance, and bad luck.
Fellow Gunners, Happy New Year to everyone. Sadly, we lost the match, but I don't really think any real Gunner fan should be weary of the performance of the team today. I think the team was exceptional, far better than the Man City team, without any doubt. We have a very clear penalty in the first half. The referee did not deem it worthy to even go to the VAR. He waved off. And here, in the second half, for whatever reason, he awarded Man City a penalty for them to equalize. And of course, the red card. Even with the penalty, if Arsenal has remained 11 against 11, I don't see how Man City could have won this match today. Arsenal were even pressing, even with 10 men, they were still pressing. I think we need to give thumbs up to this present Arsenal team. They were just up to it. Yeah, Xhaka should actually learn. This is the more reason why people keep asking for us to go for another CDM that will back Partey in the midfield. I think just that's the only missing link in the jigsaw that this Arsenal needs to be challenging for the title. This Arsenal, I'm not talking about top 4, I'm talking about challenging for the title, because if they can hold this Man City that people revere or think that they are something out of the world, if Arsenal can put them, show them to stress the way they did this afternoon, I don't see why they cannot even hold any team in the Premiership. I think all Gunners fans should be proud of this team. Let's continue supporting the team. I think the top 4 is for us to grab. Up Gunners, Happy New Year, and let's see what this new year brings to us. But obviously, I think the team is moving in the right direction. Take care, and Happy New Year to all Gunners fans. Bye.
Absolutely gutted. Every one of us at half time thought we were going to get something out of this. And it didn't take any mesmerising City second half performance to get back in the game. It took a lack of concentration, some lack of discipline, and a bad refereeing decision, and just absolute luck at the very end. And look, we've lost a lot of games where I look at it and go, we're disgraceful, and I can't see what the manager's trying to do, I can't see what the team are trying to do, and I can't see any optimism. Whereas today, and this has been a build-up after the past couple of months or month or so. Ever since we lost to Everton, I've been a lot more optimistic, and I'm starting to believe in this team a lot more. And I really believe they're fully capable of finishing in the top 4, and I really hope they do.
What's up, guys? Javi from the US here. I'm so devastated with that. But honestly, listen, let's not get on Granit Xhaka, which is, I know a lot of people are going to do so, because that was a very, very soft pen. When the referee first saw it, he was telling Bernardo, get up, because there was nothing there. Obviously, once you go to the cameras and you look at everything slow motion, this looks like you almost killed the man. But it was a soft pen. And then you give a second yellow to Gabriel on an instance where there was no real counter-attacking opportunity to send the guy off in a title-deciding game, in a top 4, deciding game. It's just... he just lost control of the game. The referee lost control of the game, and that's when you, as a ref, need to be able to bring the players, talk to them, and say, keep your heads, keep it cool, because you don't want the game to, get out of your hands, and he allowed that. So I'm very disappointed with both of those calls, and honestly, guys, despite that, we would have taken City to the cleaners today. They didn't have a single shot. We were outplaying them, so it shows that we've made progress, but at the same time, it's disappointing.
Guys, thank you so much for sending in your videos. We will go through another round of them as well in a bit, but we've got to talk about Gabriel and a couple of things as well. I'm going to read you out some really interesting tweets. This is from Chris Wheatley, who's letting us know what Stuyvenberg had to say. Obviously, he was covering for Mikel Arteta today, who had COVID-19. We wish him all the best. On Gabriel's yellow card, he said, he made a remark to the referee, a normal comment. The players confirmed that, and he gave a yellow card.
That was to who?
Gabriel.
Oh, so it wasn't the penalty.
For the first yellow.
So it wasn't the penalty.
Made a remark, normal comment, gave him a yellow card. That's what Stuyvenberg said. And I don't think he comes out and says it if he's not absolutely. I mean, it sounds like he's come out of a dressing room that feels very hard done by. I felt it. I was just. It's hard because I'm not there. I'm not on the pitch. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
But it just didn't look right to me. I thought, all these yellow cards from. And then the Xhaka one as well. Unless it was for dissent, I thought he didn't get a yellow for the penalty, did he? Surely it must have been something he said after.
Yeah, I would have thought it's something said after. Because even though I think it was a penalty, I don't think it was necessarily a yellow card.
I've been sitting here trying to explain why I feel hard done by, even though I understand that the Gabriel, decision was probably a red card. I understand that the Xhaka foul was probably a penalty. We've talked about inconsistency. I want to read out this quick thread from Tim Stillman. Tim obviously writes for Arseblog, does a lot of amazing stuff covering Arsenal and Arsenal women. This sums up perfectly what my issue is, and I just didn't know how to express it till I came across this tweet. He says, personally, I wouldn't have given the red card or either penalty, brackets, that doesn't mean I'm right, they were borderline. He then says, I do think generally the threshold for reds and penalties is too low. They are rewards for players that seek them rather than punishments for genuine foul play. I think we need to flip this back in the other direction. A penalty or red card shouldn't be something you should be able to look for. They're too significant for that. It's why I struggle with the he gave the ref a decision to make argument, because often the alternative is literally not to play, to not take part in what is happening, to go and get I won't say the word, to go get a hot dog or something. You cannot face up an opponent on the ball and let him pass. I think that for me sums up exactly how I'm feeling. Where the Xhaka one, clumsy, but again with the Gabriel one, you feel like really it's such an intense match, where the players are under immense pressure. Off the pitch, on the pitch, social media, whatever. If he's got a bit over the top or whatever, just referee, take control of it. And then, on the halfway line, he's gone to intercept, he's caught him. Does it all merit a red? I get what he's saying. Like, it feels like such a cruel punishment for what's really happened.
I think in isolation, both are yellows. Well, I don't know what he said for dissent, but I thought he was the penalty spot thing. Whatever it is, the second one, let's say, is a yellow.
Yeah.
But because it comes so soon after his first yellow, I would have thought, like we've seen before, with other potential second yellow cards, a referee gives a final warning.
Yeah.
He didn't get that, it seems. It seems like whatever he said in the first one pissed the referee enough that as soon as he saw him do something again, red card. So maybe that's why Stuyvenberg's mentioning it was only a passing comment that was made initially, because there shouldn't be nothing further to it. But it just seemed like ref was adamant, red card, poor challenge, when in reality, as much as I agree it's a yellow card, I've seen second yellow cards passed before just to give a final warning. And I think at that stage of the match, 1-1, Man City, Arsenal, a very good, entertaining game. The underdog nullifying the big dog, and it just kind of, it had the potential to be ripped apart in that moment, but Arsenal done very well not to collapse like we've done in the past.
They did fantastically
up until the 93rd minute, where it's not like Man City opened us apart.
Yeah.
It was just a scrappy, messy goal that they've scored.
Yeah.
First shot on target, bar the penalty.
Exactly. We're going to go into more of those positives. What was I going to mention? Just on that, Gabriel, on the one hand, I'm like, come on, Gabriel, you've just been booked. Use your head, and maybe that's the nature of a young centre-back, a young side. I thought he was having a terrific game up until that point.
And sorry, because you asked me about the Tim, I kind of went off track. What he's saying is right as well. I mentioned it when Pepe got sent off against Leeds last season.
Yes,
I said
great example.
Yeah, I said that's not a headbutt.
Yeah.
Just because someone's walked up to a man and they put their heads together, that's not a headbutt.
Yeah.
But because Alioski's fell down the way he has, and Pepe's done that with his neck, where it's just a couple centimetres forward, not fast, just it's been deemed a headbutt. When in reality, if I'm the VAR on that day, I'm booking Alioski. I'm not even booking Pepe. I'm booking Alioski for trying to get a man sent off.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Tim's mentioning there in terms of players are looking for it now.
Yeah.
Whether it's a moment like that or a foul, leaving a leg flailing to be contact, or something Lacazette does well, which is nick the ball just in front of a defender. That never used to be penalties back in the day. Me growing up, that was never a penalty. Players would just
contact. Oh, you know,
you keep it moving. You get up, you keep it moving.
There is a difference between contact and a foul, and I'm not saying the Xhaka one isn't one. I'm just saying there's a difference between. You know what I mean? Like you've caught someone, but whatever. Or you've actually fouled them, you've actually stopped them. So I agree, and that's why I wanted to read that thread. Go follow him at Stilberto.
And they've also got a. Do you agree it was a penalty?
Which one? The
Xhaka one.
Yeah. So I'm amazed though. I'm amazed that was overturnable. They keep telling us we're not gonna re-referee the game. We're not there to undermine the refs. We're going to back their decision on field unless it's an absolute howler of a decision. So I don't think it was a howler of a decision. Watching it, I'm like,
especially in real time.
Has Bernardo Silva gone looking for it? Probably. You know, has he really grabbed him? Is it coming together? You know, I'm amazed that they felt that was overturnable.
Yeah, you know, and again on Tim's point, in that moment, Bernardo Silva, I've seen it before where I've asked players to go down because them not going down has resulted in the referee not making a decision.
Yeah.
Which also, again, can be used to say Bernardo Silva needs to go down in that moment to make a decision, you know, or get VAR to look at it. Because essentially all that really happened was Xhaka kind of blocked off his path.
Yeah.
And if Bernardo didn't go down and literally just bumped into him, no penalty at all.
Yeah. And you've seen that where players, I can't get around you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because VAR have shown that if you go down and there's a flailing leg or a little... Remember when Luis got for the Salah, little tug on the shirt 3 years ago?
Yeah.
That
I
to
thought
me,
you meant the Luis, the heel.
Oh, even that, yeah.
Remember the heel particle that scraped his boots and sent him flying?
That to me, they're not penalties, but you know, now players know that any form of contact, whether it's a little nick or whether it's a two-footed challenge through the back, both can be a penalty and both can potentially be a red card. How?
I felt we keep coming back to refs, and I think it's because it's the story of the game. What disappoints me so much, the ref for me never really had control over it. There was a 5-10 minute period where it was starting to spill over. You know, you look at the penalty being given, then the Martinelli miss, then the big tackle from Rodri, then Gabriel. There was a lot of moments that were all kind of happening, kind of back to back to back.
Yeah.
And you know, I think a good referee just simmers, it just turns the heat down and just goes, listen, Gabriel, you know. Load of comments over there. That's a bad. You know, that's a foul. You know, last warning. And I'm just gonna. But I don't think he did. I think he was just enjoying the controversy. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, you know, sometimes referees make it about themselves.
Too much, or at least VAR does. Because it's not even on them necessarily. Why has he not been told? See, this is the thing with Odegaard one. Actually, this is where I'll sympathise with the ref a little bit. He's been told not to look at the Odegaard one. Right. So that's not on him. And again, I can understand why he's given a second yellow to Gabriel, but then it's about not necessarily him, but he's probably doing what the rules say he should do. But it's referees as a collective. It's the officiating of the game that does my head in. Why every week is there something so big and controversial to talk about?
Every single week.
And it always comes down to consistency. Have you noticed it's very rarely actually down to the decision? Sometimes it's more like, like you had a howler with a decision, but it's more, why did you give that and not that?
Yeah, it's
almost like if you had just given both the same way, if both had been penalties or neither had been penalties, I don't think we'd be talking about it.
Even if it's light, it's consistent. That's the key.
We could go on and on and on. We're going to end on some positives because Arsenal, in my opinion, they showed that they are in this top 4 fight and they're in it for real. And I think we've got to big up a lot of players and we've got to talk about the positives. We've got a super chat from Apratim says, first of all, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well and everyone watching. Agree with Turkish on the call for consistency. We need to eliminate these sources so we can be ruthless. # come on you Gunners. Ali says, he hardly puts his hands on Jesus though. Is this for the Gabriel second one? There is a tweet from Gabriel actually. He said, hard to accept it, but only God knows everything. Proud to be part of this team. Amazing spirit. We'll keep working together, fighting until the end. For this team, I will run until I die. Let's keep improving in 2022. Love that. And you know, I kind of love that he didn't do the whole apology thing.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I really crossed the board. Yeah. things happen. You know, we don't need for me, I want apologies from players when, you know, it's howler after howler and they're not learning from it and things like that, or they've not been performing well and they make mistakes and whatever. I love that. It's a good message from Gabriel. Let's talk about the positives.
There's a lot of positives.
I think so.
A lot of positives. The way we played with 10 men might even be a bigger positive than the way we played with 11.
I know.
And that's not me dismissing the way we played with 11. It's just when we go to 10 men, I've seen us capitulate against teams far less quality than Man City. But today, not much change. Our attacking threat nullified a little bit because obviously Man City got the extra man and they don't need an extra man to dominate possession. But in terms of them creating anything, there wasn't much to worry about. A few balls into the box, dealt with them pretty well. Credit to Ben White, Gabriel, credit to Tierney, Tomiyasu. Defensively, we was on job, 100%. And yeah, we passed the test, and we passed the test within the test, which is the 10 men. Now, people might say, but we didn't because we lost the game. But in reality, I've seen us, you know, capitulate in moments like that before. And I know Gabriel got the red card soon after the penalty decision. People in my WhatsApp groups are saying, you know, it's a bit of the same old from Arsenal players losing their heads. I didn't see it like that.
No, I'm so glad you said that. I don't think Arsenal did lose their heads. I thought they were competitive. I thought they were aggressive. I thought they were standing up for themselves. Isn't that what people keep saying Arsenal lack?
Yeah.
They don't have men. They don't have leaders. They kind of willed. We didn't. And this is where football annoys me so much, because you can swing narratives so easily. Arsenal lost their heads. Arsenal lost composure. Absolute bollocks.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Like, you know what, you said something a minute ago where it shows that we're firmly set on a top 4 race or something like that. And I think that's what today showed. Regardless of the result and 0 points, the way they approached the game, the way they conducted themselves in the game, and the way they reacted to going down to 10 men shows me that their mentality is different to this time last year and this time 2 years ago. Obviously, personnel is different, but it's good to see mentality changing too. So, like I said before, we've dusted ourselves off before. We do it again now. We have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we've got a couple more clips, then we'll round off the show. We're going to have a little dig at man of the match. I mean, a few players to maybe discuss, so that should be fun. Thank you for all your support as well. Got more videos coming, and yeah, send in your man of the matches as well.
Hey guys, this is Joe from Kuwait. We played very well, but the thing from Xhaka, this is the thing that killed us. So better luck next time.
What's going on, AFTV? Happy New Year to everyone at AFTV and around the world as well. I'm actually laid here. I'm not feeling well on New Year's Day. I haven't got COVID. I've had the test. But I've just watched that game and it didn't make me feel any better. The ref lost control of that game. He did. He lost control of that game. But booking Xhaka for a tackle he didn't even make. Also, was it a penalty? He was falling anyway. He was too soft for him to call it was a penalty. The ref as well he shouldn't ever go back on his decision just because VAR told him to. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. The red card as well. Gabriel was just a bit stupid, a bit silly. But Arsenal need to keep their heads up. They need to keep their heads up. They put a good performance in today. 7 changes was made today since we lost 5-0 against City away. And you can see the results and the process is starting to happen. Slowly but surely, we'll be up there. And I think 4th spot is looking very promising now. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you, mate.
Big up to everyone at AFTV today. Happy New Year to you guys. I am disgusted. I'm disgusted. Everyone in the fan cam today, I want to see everyone's reaction to the fan cam. You know, I'm looking forward to Ty's fan cam though, if he's around, because this time Ty is right. And Stuart Atwell has a bad rep when it comes to refereeing. He's one of the most useless referees in the league, you know. Along with the VAR team, whoever's up there. Why can't they check what we had? Why is he giving cards away for silly fouls, you know? Yeah, we did mistakes. We got unlucky. We fooled up a fight. Big up to the boys, you know? Like, really, this is bad. This is so bad. I don't want my New Year to start like this. Seriously. But, you know, I'm happy for the boys. Xhaka, good goal. You know, Pity Gabriel got a red card. But that was harsh. It's harsh. Ty, please help me put a resolution to all this. I'm looking forward to you, mate. Cheers.
Yes.
I thought it was an amazing game today. In terms of the first half, yeah, the man them did their thing still. And you know what's funny? The way we was attacking from the wings, from the left, Martinelli, on the right, Xhaka. What? We looked so dangerous in the first half. It was mad. And the thing is, you know, sometimes you think that, all right, cool, we're just having a good spell. It was constant. We was going. We wasn't sitting back. We wasn't playing negative like we normally do against these big teams. And do you know what, yeah? I'll be honest, it would have been good to see what would have happened if it was 11 on 11. But one thing I will say is that, again, we've let ourselves down in terms of same culprit, Xhaka. I feel like he did kind of redeem himself. He forgot about it a bit. He did have a couple goal-saving tackles. But I feel like Partey played really well today. I feel like the team is gelling. The team is playing together. Everyone is playing and they're playing together for the badge. They gave their all even when it came down to 10 men. Lacazette, he led their line well. And yeah, man, I just feel like, honestly, this is something which, going forward, I feel like we can actually build on. Do you know what I mean? It is disappointing. I feel like we should have at least got the draw, but I feel like this is going to give the players more confidence and we can go on and do bigger and better things. Credit to the manager, credit to the players, credit to the fans as well. That's me. One love.
Absolutely disappointed. Disappointed with the lads. You know, that first half performance deserved us to go on in the second half and get all 3 points. But they let me down. They let me down once again. Credit to Manchester City. They showed champions mentality and champions and way of doing it. Congratulations to Manchester City, but I'm disappointed. Absolutely disappointed.
Happy New Year to all the Gunners out there. I am so proud of the performance today and of the team spirit. Even when we scored and even when we were 10 men, we didn't sit deep, we didn't park the bus, we kept moving forward and creating chances. And you could feel the big club presence by Arsenal on the pitch, and we bullied them today. It's so frustrating with these disciplinary issues. Xhaka and Gabriel have let us down, and it's not the first time, and I just wish we would stop giving away free stupid penalties and receiving unnecessary red cards. And the referee was completely biased towards the Manchester City players, and I just want to say Partey today was excellent, even better than the Atletico Madrid party. And you know, the best way to start your day is the Transfer Daily Show with a hot cup of coffee in a cold Russian winter. Check out Julian Alvarez from River Plate, 20 millions. His contract expires in 1 year and he really suits our game plan. Big up you Gunners.
I love you guys, man. You always put a smile on my face. We have some of the best fans in the world, man. And I'm loving the general kind of message that's coming from all fans. Like, well done, boys. Heads up. Let's dust ourselves down and go again.
Yeah.
As I'm listening to you guys, love Russian Goon as well. He cracks me up. As I'm listening to you guys, I'm just scrolling through to see if there's any tweets come up, any quotes from the game or whatever. And what I keep seeing the ref charging into the box.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Martinelli's fully had to run round him.
Yeah.
And as you said, then he sort of steps back for the cutback.
Yeah. Square it. He wanted that square ball. I thought he was going to finish it in a sec.
I mean, madness. Oh. I'm laughing and smiling right now.
You have to laugh because at the end of the day, refereeing decisions, if you don't laugh anymore, you'll continue crying, because that's what we've been doing for years with referees. Like you said, something needs to be done now.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just keep on talking about it over and over again. I tend not to talk about refs.
No, I know, which is why it's legitimate.
Because a lot of the time when refs make bad decisions against us, it's not like that decision for me has cost us anything. Whereas today, I feel like a few of those decisions did work against us in the big scheme of things.
This reminded me, I was, fun enough, I mean, it's honestly a mirror image. 2 years ago, I think it was just a few days before New Year's though, I came to watch the game with my brother as I did today. It was Arsenal-Chelsea, it was Arteta's first home game. We were brilliant all game. Jorginho should have been sent off, wasn't. Gets the equaliser, and it just felt the same. It felt that like robbed. Mm-hmm. But obviously, what then came in the next year and a half, there was the FA Cup. There were some lows, a lot of lows, some ups for sure, a lot of change. Now I just want this Arsenal team to be sat in that change room or getting on the bus or whatever, and just looking at it the way we are, going, you know what? God, we were good today though.
Yeah.
And I really hope they do. Let's go through some of our man of the matches. Let's throw out a player each. I'm going to start with Tomiyasu.
Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey is your man of the match.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of Tomiyasu, and I said if we had a chance today, then Tomiyasu needs to be fit, and I think he showed why.
He was immense.
Yeah, he was immense.
But Sterling had nothing on him today.
I can't remember anything.
Tried to come inside, couldn't. Tried to go outside, couldn't. Tried to make the run in the through ball. He's there to intercept. Couldn't win the battle in the air.
Even with balls into the box, he was doing what needed to be done.
Yeah.
Whether he's easing a player out the way or getting his head to the ball, he was doing it.
No, he was absolutely
But for me, Thomas
superb.
Partey, this is what we bought him for. We bought him for the big games. We bought him, to be our, not necessarily like for like Rodri, but in terms of the presence, in terms of impact that can be made, Partey is our star central midfielder.
Yeah.
And star central midfielders against teams like Man City need to be having games like that. He got the man of the match for BT Sport in the end, but obviously we lost.
He was unbelievable. Do you know what I loved about him? He was so crucial because when you've got a midfield, you're playing Man City, they like to press, they like to make it really difficult for you. They like to keep the ball. You can really suffer for 90 minutes against Man City. And what Partey did, when pressed, he turned away, or he'd drive forward, or a little nutmeg and he was gone. And he'd pop it off and then get it back and go again. He was so good at drawing in Man City and showing his class. You can easily, you're up against Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Rodri, you could so easily kind of not crumble, but just think, this isn't going to be one of those games where I'm on the ball.
Yeah.
But he didn't let it stop him.
Do you know what's funny? I think with Xhaka and Partey, we've got opposites in terms of, okay, when Xhaka plays against the Watfords and Norwiches and Burnleys and Southampton and so on, he looks good, He doesn't necessarily have to be that quick and on the ball in the middle. But I think Thomas Partey looks poorer against those sides because maybe he wants to play a bit quicker. And when teams are sitting back against us and it requires more time on the ball, maybe a bit more creativity, that's maybe what lets him down. Whereas today, Man City, they were pressing as they do. So that allowed him to drop a shoulder. That allowed him to turn inside and beat two man. That allowed him to break the lines how I've expected him to break the lines since coming in. So it's a funny one, really. We've just got to make it work. Really and truly, we need a new partner for Partey, not just because of today, but I mean in general, my feelings on his partner in the middle. But I think it's funny, that Xhaka seems to play better against the poorer teams, and Partey today, Man United last year, Chelsea last year away from home, he was the man in the middle.
Yeah, he stepped up.
Yeah.
It's what we pay the money for, but it's also, you forget that, that's just because of his quality and what he's shown at Atletico Madrid. It's just we've seen him go to Anfield and do what he did for Atletico Madrid, and you think, that is the Thomas Partey we know we can get. It's such a shame he's off to AFCON.
I know, after his best performance for us.
Unbelievable.
Literally.
We've got some more. We were going to round off this show very soon, guys. We've been going an hour, but we had so many amazing clips coming through. We're going to keep going through, discussing a bit more. Laura's going to join us in a sec. Just before we lose Turkish, I'm going to ask for your thoughts very quickly on Saka and Martinelli. I'm going to confess something. Around all the hype with the youngsters, there's a little part of me that just thought, are we maybe getting excited? Well, rightly so, but is it maybe in part down to the fact that we've not been very good for a while? We've not had very good youngsters come through. The general quality's low, maybe. Are we pinning our hopes on them too much? Whatever. I always knew they were quality. I always knew there's significant potential. But I'm just talking about the way they're spoken about. I just had that, I don't know, I'm not. And then today, oh my word, what Martinelli was doing to Cancelo at times, Bukayo Saka down the other side to Laporte and Ake, the goal, just they could have had a couple in that first half. They're so supremely talented.
You can look at youth two ways. I mentioned it before with how you look at this game and looking at it two ways. When you're a young player, you either play like the way they're playing, where it's, listen, I'm a young player, I'm happy to be here, and I'm free, and I just want to perform. Or you let the pressure get to you.
Yeah.
And I think what they're showing is they're thriving under the added pressure this season, the added burden of carrying the attack, because they have been.
Yeah.
Odegaard, Martinelli, Smith Rowe and Xhaka, they have been carrying the attack this season, goals-wise, productivity-wise. So I just think that, you know, they're thriving under that pressure, and it takes a certain type of character to do that. So to have 4 players in those positions that have that character to be excelling in what isn't the best platform for young players, I think it's great. I just think we need to make sure we add the right experience into this team. That's what it needs. But with a striker position, a lot of the strikers out there that I'm interested in are young. So that's kind of contrary to what I'm saying. But I'm not against adding a Vlahovic or a Isak because I still feel like maybe Lacazette deserves an extra year, or we buy an experienced striker to complement, or we buy the experienced central midfielder. I think this team, in terms of young players, we are set. Let's just make sure we add the final pieces to the jigsaw, in essentially the biggest pieces, which will allow them to continue what they're doing without worrying too much about what's behind.
Very true, very true. We've got Liverpool coming up on Thursday night. As I'm listening to you speak, I'm thinking, who's coming? Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Big January.
Heavily changed Liverpool.
We think.
Mane, Salah will be in.
That's very true.
African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Cater to. I believe. No, to be honest, they flip it up in the League Cup anyway. So we've got a chance. It'll be interesting to see what team we play.
Yeah, I think he'll go strong. Even though we've got Spurs, I think he'll go.
Yeah, you have to go strong in the first leg and try and get it done then.
I would think so, yeah. And if we perform like we did today, we can do some damage. Let's get some more of your clips, guys. Thanks for joining me, Turkish.
Love, James.
We're going to see if we can find Laurie. We'll catch you in a sec.
Hi guys, Happy New Year. This is Hassan from Kenya. My thought for today, the result was not as we expected. The game went so well. It's so shameful that we had to drop those 3 points. Actually, I think we deserve 3 points today. And I thought Tomiyasu did very well. Xhaka was amazing. Martinelli again should have scored 2 goals. But thank you so much.
Hey Roby, hi guys. This was a tough one. It was a good game. I think Arsenal played really well. For me, they can hold their heads up high because they've really done well today. But I still don't know. I think in January we really need to buy Renato Sanchez, and we need to get this young man Lokonga up to speed, because Xhaka, man, I really don't know. I mean, Xhaka, and Arteta better figure it out like sooner rather than later, because this man is... Anyway, but big up to the team, man. We really did well today, and it's a very good sign for our future that we have like the right players on the team, and we're going to do well.
Hello, David from Sydney, Australia. Happy New Year, everyone. Could have been a better start, but what a game from Arsenal. So the only thing I can say is we were robbed. The first one was a foul. They can't hide behind this. It wasn't clear and obvious because the referee gave a corner, which means that he thought the goalkeeper had touched the ball. We can see that he didn't. All he got was the foot. Have a good evening.
It's your boy Icy Jones from London. Right, I'm going to say this from the rip. Arsenal can hold their head up high. For the way they performed today was amazing. The intensity was there. They played together and they played with passion. This is what the Arsenal fans have been asking for the longest. And all I'm hearing is a few fans nitpicking at certain things that happen in games. I understand that the referee was on some crud, on some foolishness, yeah? But at the end of the day, I am happy to see the process now working. Yeah? Man City is a big championship team. They are a big team. They win championships, they win titles, and we played them off the park. Then obviously, their experience came in and they showed why they're champions and why they're contenders for every single trophy right now. But listen, do not take away from the performance of Arsenal. Arsenal played their socks off, they played their heart out, and they made sure they left an imprint. And those are the type of performances that Arsenal are getting clapped for, that Arsenal are getting encouraged for. And I want to see in the next game that we take the W. We're going to get the W in the next one. If we're going to continue playing like that, that's all we need to do. Continue playing the way we've been playing, we're going to get the W. Peace out, your boy Icy Jones from London. Don't know.
Hey guys, Mike Webber here from sunny Gran Canaria. Happy New Year to everybody. Really happy with the performance. Obviously gutted that we didn't get anything from the game. Just want to say that there's just this nagging little voice in my head that just keeps saying to me how those really, really big decisions, it was like kind of 50-50s against the, you know, the usual top three, Chelsea, United, City. They don't really go against them, and if they do, there's a massive uproar and it's all over papers and VAR sucks, whatever. Against Arsenal, it just feels like if you don't give a penalty for us, that's a 50-50 in the early stage of the game, and then you decide to give one later, not going to be that much of a kicker. You can get away with it, it's fine. What do you guys think?
I'm back and I've got Big Steve. How are you, Big Steve?
I'm good.
Sure you all do know, but this is Big Steve, Man City fan, so obviously he's happy. But a word you just said to me was lucky. Was that feeling? Is that your feeling on City's win?
Yeah, I didn't think we turned up at all in the first half. I thought we looked a little bit leggy for a few weeks. We've won 11 games on the spin now, so going into this game with 10 games on the spin. A few of the games we've sort of been, a little bit jaded. But I thought Arsenal got everything right in the first half. I thought they pressed us like I haven't seen anyone press us for a while. I thought Martinelli was getting some joy with Cancelo. I thought that Saka was really having a go at Ake. That worried me a bit when the team come out. Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne wasn't the usual bundles of energy. And going in at half time, 1-0, I started to think, is it going to be one of them days? So I said to my friend, if we get a point, I said, I'm taking that because Liverpool's dropped point, Chelsea's dropped point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
And then you see, it's interesting because I'm not a City fan. If I were a City fan, I'm always thinking, look at the players, look how good we've been. As you said, 10 on the spin before today. I'm thinking, whatever's going on, we can win it. But that's a real testament to Arsenal's performance that you actually got to a point where you thought, yeah, we'll take the point because this isn't looking good.
To be honest, the Arsenal game I watched the other week against Everton, and then the Arsenal I've seen tonight, it's a massive improvement. And I'm a realist, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Not many teams can press Manchester City like that.
Yeah.
So if I'm an Arsenal fan tonight, I'm absolutely devastated about the result. But there's some positives to be had out of the game. And listen, we got the penalty, got back in the game, and then the game just flipped on its head in a matter of minutes. Next minute, you're down to 10 men, and then I relaxed them because I thought, we're going to keep the ball, we're going to find the spaces, and we're going to push it, and then obviously the goal, 93rd minute, got out of jail.
And a massive goal for your title chances. Obviously, Liverpool and Chelsea fans were watching that, surprisingly supporting Arsenal, which probably isn't a regular occurrence for them. Let's go through some of the big decisions. I'd love to know, from a City fan's perspective, the Odegaard, I don't know if you've seen them back, the Odegaard one. It looks to us, I say us because I'm seeing the comments section, Steve Atwell and all that. It looks to us like Edison's just got Odegaard before he's got the ball. Penalty for you?
I thought it was a penalty.
Okay.
I said to my mates, penalty, 100%. Edison does do these rash decisions.
Yeah.
We had one at Newcastle where he cleaned the player out, never got it. Yeah. When it come up, VAR, no pen, I was like, got away with one there.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I thought it was a pen, though.
And then the Xhaka, Bernardo Silva one?
I thought it was a penalty, and I tell you why. I thought he caught him, and then Bernardo felt the contact and just dropped.
Yeah.
So he played for it. He did play for it.
Yeah, do you know, I agree with that completely. I think even what you said about the Odegaard one, it's kind of, I think what Arsenal fans are so upset about is it's kind of two things. It's A, why'd you give one and not the other? Yeah. That's the thing that's strange. But to add insult to injury, why does he not check both? It feels so strange that decisions that are so key like that, you know, VAR can see what they've seen, what we've all seen, and go, no, you don't need to see this one. It's really bizarre.
No, it is, and you just want a bit of consistency with it.
That's all.
Do you know what I mean? You get some consistency with it, and then the referee goes, checks it, makes his decision, maybe explains it somewhere else. You can take that, but I mean, I'm just feeling, I'm so happy. I've just done a few interviews with Robbie and the boys, and a lot of Arsenal fans have come out of that game disappointed, but I think the mood's changing a little bit at Arsenal. I think that's performance is. I just said your players are going to go in that dressing room absolutely devastated. Our players are going to go in there and go, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's take it and run.
Definitely.
Which is a massive compliment to the team. And actually, the other big thing I really want to ask you about is, I watch the Big Six. Go check it out on Turkish's channel. Big Steve's there all the time. It's a great show. And often the mood in that, but also when we're talking amongst Arsenal fans and with other rivals bantering, the mood is kind of, we're playing little old Arsenal today because of the way we've been the last few years, and you know, you're going for this and we're going for that. And what I really enjoyed, you saw elements of it in the Liverpool game, even though we lost 4-0, you know, Arteta scrapping with Klopp and all that. But what I liked today, it felt, and I don't know how it felt, you know, for you in the away end, there was like a real edge to it. It was like, it felt to me at times like we were both going for the title. And I know we're miles off, but there was a lot of heated moments. There were big decisions. The fans were really giving it. At one point, you guys were really singing out. Then the Arsenal fans responding, were singing. There was a real edge to the game. It's been a long time since we've played you guys, and it's felt like a rivalry. And that's what I enjoyed today. Did that come across in the away end for you?
There was definitely an edge to the game. It was a very enjoyable game to watch. You know what I mean?
It was a great game.
And what you've got to realise is as well, there's not many times Manchester City fans are on the back foot. So we went a little bit quiet because I think a lot of the fans, A, have been up all night because it's New Year, and B, they're thinking to themselves, we might go unstuck here today. But then, the other side of the coin, when you went down to 10 men and City started to dominate the ball, the Arsenal fans went very, very quiet. And I said to my mate, I went, look, they know it's coming. And I was thinking, are we going to get over the line? I mean, 93rd minute, last minute scenes. It's the best way to score. It's a kick in the teeth, like. But I'm just so happy to get the 3 points.
Yeah. What? Obviously, we lost to you guys 5-0 back in August. I was at that game. That was a dark day. But there was kind of, City can do that to anyone, especially when you've got as many players missing as we had that day. You know, whatever. We then roll on 4 or 5 months. A much closer contest today. Sorry, I'm not asking you too much about City, but from Arsenal perspective, as a rival fan, have you? What's your feeling about Arsenal? Have you changed your mind a little bit? I say change your mind. I don't know what your opinion of him was too much before.
Well,
I know you've always kind of stuck up for Arteta.
Yeah, I've always stuck up for him. I've always thought he was trying to do the right thing. I said on Box to Box, there's been a few important things that have happened. A, he brought the goalkeeper in. You can see Manchester City, everything we do comes from Edison. Ramsdale's the same. B, the Oba situation. You can play without him. So I'm thinking to myself, your team spirit and the atmosphere around the camp looks a lot better. Dan, I'm not blaming him because I don't know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, at the minute, there's light at the end of the tunnel. The Arsenal fans have just seen a performance there against a very good side, and let me tell you, we're 11 games on the spin, and we were lucky today against you. And I can't think of another game really where you think, well, we got away with one there. Do you know what I mean? Because people like Wolves, we beat 1-0, but they came and camped out. Arsenal went for it today, and I thought if Arsenal come for us, we're going to murder them.
Yeah.
So it was testament, but it was the pressing. It was the pressing that got me. Whatever, no matter what anyone says, Mikel Arteta is going to go with the Pep Guardiola blueprint.
Yeah,
he looks up to him. So the first part of the jigsaw for Pep when he came into City was the keeper.
Yeah.
Joe Hart got bombed out. Keeper comes in.
Yeah.
You've now got Ramsdale. He believes he's the keeper. You watched today when you were pressing. Edison got us out a few times with just that little dink over, and we managed to break. And I think Arteta, for me, is making all the right moves. And I think another transfer window, get some replacements in for Lacazette and Oba if they go.
Yeah.
And I think Arsenal's got a young, excited side.
Guys, we've got to take the positives from today. It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Leave our young players alone, though, Steve. Leave our young players alone,
okay? We might be coming with a checkbook, innit? We might be coming with a checkbook.
Turkish is telling Big Steve and Man City to leave our young players alone because there's a few I can imagine Guardiola would love to work with. But Arteta's doing wonders with them at the moment. Guys, we have to take some of the positives from today. I know it's a punch in the gut, this one. It's about 93rd minute. dubious decisions. I know the Martin, I know there were moments that hurt. It feels at times that we beat ourselves, but there was a lot to really enjoy from today. We've got some final clips we're going to play just to round it off. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Big Steve, thank you so much,
No
man.
problem.
I really appreciate it. And now that we don't have to play you, I can say and mean, good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you very much.
But and thank you so much for coming on and
anytime, mate.
not what's the word? Gloating at all. Because
Never, not
if
for
it
me.
were me, I'd be loving every minute of it. No, I appreciate it. Guys, final clips will be round off there. Like the video if you enjoyed. Fan cams are coming out. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
My name is Charles Ete. I'm from London. I'm just disgusted by these referees and the VAR. Today's match against City, I believe the referee and the VAR were Man City supporters. I just can't see how. Look at the number of yellow cards given to Arsenal players, and yet Man City, had. They didn't give them. Whenever they did some bad tackle, the referee just waved it off. This was absolutely disgusting. And the penalty. Why not give a penalty to Arsenal and then you give to City? That was not a fair game at all. And those Arsenal players did very well today. And for Xhaka, I think perhaps this is time for us to get somebody else to replace him. Leno used to cost us matches like this, and then we got Ramsdale. Now, it's time to get somebody to replace Xhaka. And I believe that perhaps this was a match that Oba should have returned. But head up to the players today. They did very well. Please, let's go and beat Tottenham.
Good afternoon, AFTV. Happy New Year to you all the Arsenal fans, all the AFTV crews and everybody. Wish you very best, but what a performance. And I'm still gutted after so much good performance and performing that well, we didn't come up without anything in the game. It's hard to swallow, and lots of things we can talk about the referees and everything, but I think overall the team plan, performance, everything was good, but we need to cut out these individual mistakes and those moments of the game where we need some cool head, we need a bit more control and be sensible. We was leading up our home game. I know the penalty was soft, but Xhaka gave the opportunity to referee to make a decision. Silva was already going down. You don't need to pull his shot off. But overall, he had a good game. Partey had a good game. The players was okay. The team plan was working, but I don't know really how we come up losing this game. This is going to hurt us, but heads up. If we can keep perform like this with the other teams, we'll be up for top 4.
First of all, I've got to say, well played to Arsenal. The way that we played this match, I think I heard Lee saying the other day, if we perform well against Manchester City, then that's going to be a real highlighting point to say how far we've come. So I think 100% we've come really far as a team. The downside, I think it just comes down to a very poor decision again from Xhaka. The whole team played well. 10 players were absolutely flawless. I mean, you could argue Martinelli should have scored, but it wasn't like a stupid mistake. Xhaka pulling down Bernardo Silva, there's no need for it. And you could see a similar thing where he tried to foul Sterling earlier on in the game, as well as just poor decisions from somebody who's supposed to be a senior player in our team. But look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've had a good performance and hopefully we can move on. It's going to be tough. I don't think we've got Gabriel for Spurs, no Partey for Spurs. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but on the whole, good performance.
Yo, we was out here doing up Ticker and Taka. 1-0 up, sick finish from Saka. Couple mistakes from Gabby and Xhaka. Now that first half display don't matter. One man down, but we didn't get battered. Know that the referee's pocket got fatter. Big up the boys and AirPod Owl. Make sure you get well soon, Arteta. Man, name's Johnny Z, by the way. I love the support on the last freestyle from the last game. Unfortunately, the result wasn't there today, but the performance was. We're not far from City. Come on, you Gunners.
Sorry, we were going to round off, but I just had to comment on that. Fair play. And actually, as much as I enjoyed it, made some great points. A lot to enjoy there. Unfortunately, that first half performance doesn't matter. It's going to feel that way because of ultimately how it ended. Some of our own mistakes, some of the refereeing decisions. But going to round it off once again just by saying there's a lot of positives we can take from this. Liverpool at home, Nottingham Forest away, I believe. Then it's Liverpool away, and then it's Spurs away. This is an opportunity for Arsenal now to put a string of performances together. And yeah, you're not going to get all the results, but if you can put together the performances like we did today, you're going to win more games than you lose. You're going to stay in that top four hunt, and the progression is there. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you for all the super chats. Thanks for all the videos I've been sent in. I weirdly want to end by saying well done to the boys. Well done to Arsenal. We lost. Why am I saying that? I think because they went toe-to-toe with probably the best team in the world, definitely the best team in the league. And even saying they went toe-to-toe feels, that feels kind of like not really enough for what Arsenal did. I thought they were fantastic. First half, the better team comfortably. Down to 10 men, kept them at arm's length. And the small percentages, the minor things just didn't go our way, but they have a big impact. Another day. But well done, Arteta. I know he obviously wasn't there, recovering from COVID. Wishing him all the best. But well done to him for the team he's built in the last month. What they've been doing has been fantastic. Well done to the boys. Well done to Xhaka, Martinelli, Partey, Tomiyasu. Real shame, but we move. Liverpool Thursday night. All the content, the fallout from this, and previewing Liverpool coming out in the coming days. Thanks for all the support as always. We'll see you soon.